Hi, I'm Dr. Leonard Bright. I experienced a situation where my dean purposely misrepresented a complaint I made about racial discrimination in my promotion process. I had alleged that the university cheated, retaliated, and discriminated against me when they denied my promotion application, and I had the evidence to prove it. Instead of focusing on my actual complaint and the evidence that I had, the dean made repeated false claims that I was complaining about racism and that I had called members of the university faculty racist. Here's a video recording of Mark Welsh in a hearing with the University Grievance Committee in 2020 attempting to sell this narrative. Let's listen.
So you do agree that when the only way to change that is by being committed to making that change. In Dr. Bright's case, how has that commitment manifested, particularly in showing that you actually care for diversity?
Let me go back to this issue. The actual grievance is about us being racist.
Mark Welsh had made similar statements a few months earlier on April 3rd in an interview with university investigators. These interviews were also recorded and transcribed. I obtained a copy of the interview transcripts from the EEOC. Here are two excerpts from his interview. On April 3rd, 2019, my dean, Mark Welsh, said, "As I understand it from the notice, the concern is about racism." At another point, he said, "Leonard Bright is a nice man. He's a solid worker. He's been up to this point a good faculty member. But he believes all of this is based on racism somehow." His statements were completely false. He went even further and said this: "I met with Dr. Bright and his wife to get the broader concern so we could see whether we need to start a different type of investigation, not related to the promotion process, especially when he kept throwing the word racism into the conversation." Again, this statement was completely false. As a matter of fact, I have an audio recording of that actual meeting. Mark Welsh asked me directly about his claim that I was calling faculty racist. Now, I want you to hear what I actually said. Let's listen.
Your view is that doesn't like you. Maybe the racist.
Who said that?
That's
You gotta have a racial white phobia.
That's not what I said. I said anything like
what are you saying?
I put it in writing. I said was retaliating. In this audio recording, you can clearly hear me directly challenging and refuting his claim that I was calling anyone a racist. As a matter of fact, at no point during that meeting did I use the terms racism or racist to describe any aspect of my experience. Interestingly, the only individual in that meeting that used the term racism and racist was his senior executive dean when he was describing his own experience in the promotion process at Texas A&M years ago. Let's listen.
When I was in health and kinesiology, there was one faculty member who I pretty much knew was a racist. I mean, it wasn't that we had run-ins. I knew the person was a blatant racist. So I had to, I couldn't just go say, this person can't be on the committee.
As you heard, it was his own associate dean who revealed that a racist negatively influenced his promotion process, but that he felt powerless to take any proactive action against it. In this entire hour-and-a-half-long meeting, they tried everything they could to get me to accuse someone of being a racist. I didn't, and they know that to be true. So if the dean knew the truth, what was his motivation for building this false narrative? Unfortunately, lying and deception are common workplace occurrences. These problems are so important that many workplaces have explicit statements and rules in place warning employees against using such tactics. For example, Texas A&M is known for its Aggie Code, which states that an Aggie does not lie, cheat, or steal, or tolerate those who do. The problem is that many managers do not believe that such codes and expectations should apply to them. Managers, deans, and university presidents will lie and engage in acts of deception as tools to distract from the real issues and control their workplace environment. Most top administrators well understand the differences between racism and racial discrimination. Racial discrimination does not automatically mean racism. However, many managers and organizations know that claims of racism have become nearly impossible to prove in organizations and especially in the courts. This is one of the reasons why some organizations have created a wide open door to receive, seek out, and frame complaints along these lines because they know that they're highly likely to fail. It appeared to me that my organization hoped that I would take the bait and redirect my claims. I was not trying to prove racism or that someone was a racist. This was not my allegation. It goes without saying that everyone, including our managers, should be held accountable and responsible for the false statements they make, especially when these statements harm the reputation of someone else. Yet the workplace is in a very sad state when we must accept and prepare for the facts that those with the greatest power and responsibilities are among our most weakest in terms of integrity. Subscribe to my channel, like this video, and above all, remember that you too can make it through.